welcome to AGRIC today on ARCN television, Mabushi, Abuja, Nigeria. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin Amin. Today's program is going to be focused on the Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria's visit to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. The Executive Secretary attended the Student Agro Investment Summit organized by the National Association of Niger State Student Nannies with the university management and other stakeholders with over 1,000 students in attendance. The event, which held on Saturday, August 30th, 2025, is expected to bring students to the realities of potentials in the agricultural sector. In his presentation, the representative of the former governor, Dr. Muazu Babangida Aliyu, highlighted the activities of the state government as it concerns agriculture. Let's hear from him.
The poultry farmer here. In fact, the same thing that is happening in UI, the Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture is now a faculty. Before it was under AGRIC, but because they are doing well, they are having funding for West African fish and other places all over. They are producing fish, processing for export. But because they cannot cope with the demand, they are ending up buying from others to process because they have quality processing techniques and other quality certified by the ISO and all those things. So now what he's doing is producing 30 crates per day. But the demand, he cannot meet the demand. So he's now had to augment from Oyo State. And what happened to Oyo State revolution in fisheries and egg production is deliberate effort of some individuals about 30 years ago. So what the former governor, the seed is planting in Niger State today, if it's sustained over the next 2 decades, Niger State will be the melting point of all these activities we're talking about. So you don't just allow this conversation to end up where we're clapping our hands. No, there must be next steps. So part of the next steps is that you need the guidance of your elders here to articulate your position and forward it to the excellency. Maybe you look for a date, get an appointment for nannies to present your findings from this conversation to him. Meanwhile, the paper that I presented have been forwarded to him, have been forwarded to his aides. Everybody connected with the former governor is already aware of what I've said. And that so is that this thing should be taken to the next level. It's not just a talk show. It's something that should impact on you later. So in the same side, I like to also bring to the attention of the directors of IRI and NAPRI and the other mentors that are here, that you can, as a matter of fact, start something small, no matter what. They can make land available for you to practice your passion. Because believe me, sincerely, agriculture is driven to success by passion. If you don't have the passion, in fact, anything you want to do in this world, my being here is because of my passion for young people. If I don't have passion, I don't think I will travel all the way from long distances to come here and then think that we're wasting our time. No. I know that young people, they are the future. As I was telling you, if anybody will say that I will be sitting down with the almighty Sheikh Abdallah side by side today, you will think it's a joke. You say, how is it possible? Because they were there and we are crawling. But we didn't give up. We are looking at them as a symbol of hope. And we got to a point where they will now say, well done, boys. You are doing well. That is the joy. So the same thing we look up to implicating you people in the same breath. So we cannot fail. We have to make it work. And that's why we are all here to encourage you. The issue of organic agriculture, madam, organic products today, globally, they are the most aftersought because of the danger of chemicals in our systems. Every day you see cancer-inducing chemicals, you cannot believe it. In fact, if you order for fish from any hotel, if they give you, I'm not trying to demarcate those things, if they give you any imported fish again, decline. Because those fish were injected with chemicals that will preserve them over the years, and that is why many of them are now becoming cancer-inducing things that we consume. I know a farm in Kefi, CSS farm, owned by Professor John Kennedy Okpara, who was the former Executive Secretary of Pilgrims Commission. In fact, Niger State Governor has been there with, they are training people for governors all over the country. And after every training, none of the trainees want to work for government again. They all want to go and work for themselves because they have seen it. That guy has, they have put CCTV camera all over his farm because all his products end up in where? In America. And they are all organic. And they are integrated. From the fish pond, the water is diverted to the maize farm, to the rice farm. So they don't use chemical fertilizer. And they are doing well. So they are sending all their products abroad and they have ISO certification. So in order not to violate it, they are putting satellite on them so that if there is any alteration, they are finished. So I'm telling you, madam, is a new dawn for those who are into organic production in agriculture. They have markets all over the world because you pay more for halal and organic products anywhere in the world. Initially, people wanted to talk about halal as Islamic. But what did Islam say about halal? Anything that is wholesome and healthy, you should consume. Why Allah said, do not consume anything that is dead or that is not slaughtered properly, is because there are some chains of reactions after it has been dead. So if you consume it, you are consuming what? Poison. So that's wholesome. So everywhere now, both in Australia and many countries, the highest halal markets are in those countries, a multi-billion-dollar opportunities. So in our country, they will either use religion to blindfold us so that we don't do the right thing, but they know what is right. So let us take advantage of that, madam, and I'm very happy. For the people who are afraid about gestation, anybody who is in a hurry is likely going to misfire. Anything that is good will take time. So you can't get everything you want overnight. But what they do, you know, when the governor of Niger visited JBS farm, there was the man who we spoke to when he came to Nigeria. He's one of the biggest investors in JSP. He has about $2.5 billion investment in JBS. The largest producer of cattle to JBS is JPJ, one of the sons of JBS. He came to me now. I was one of those who was selling. He took pictures with me. He was excited about my condition. He wanted to invite me to Brazil. I didn't follow. But that man has over 500,000 heads of cattle in his breeding ground. 50,000 of them are for what? Breeding again, breeding stock, just continue to breed. Why? Because they have seen fortune in that thing. So what we are doing now is that what they do in JBS is that every 3 months there is a cycle, another seed will come. After 3 months, they move them to another place. So continuously they are inside business. Nobody is out of business. So you have to plan. That's what agricultural planning is all about. And then lastly, the interest in agriculture. Yes, we need to encourage government to create a enabling environment, and we'll continue to do that, and Niger State is at the forefront. Akimi Adesina started a program with IIT, they call it Agripreneurs. We were there. We saw medical doctors drop their stethoscope for agriculture. We saw them. Simply because it pays more to get involved. Medical services are for social people who have the interest of serving people. But AGRIC is for those who have interest of serving the stomach of people for zero hunger. Thank you very much, sir.
On his part, the Executive Secretary, during the panel session, highlighted his achievements in the last 2 months upon assumption of office. He also spoke on the digital switch intended for the growth of research, internal runnings, and media activities to include digital and direct accessibility to research work. Let's listen to him.
Still able to remain on existing protocol. But before then, I would like to say good afternoon to the father of ABU, the oldest professor Mr. Abdullah for finding his time, despite the conditions, to be here. I want to applaud. Please let's give you a round of applause. Back to question you were asked. Thank God I was just 2 months old in the council. For the security challenge facing the agricultural ecosystem in the country. When I came on board, the first thing I do is to look at how we can digitize the entire agricultural ecosystem by the use of drones. Some of the largest farms we have, rural areas, we have to set up the drones where we have a strong technology that can dictate maybe 2-3 hours before the attack, so that these alone will give the farmers information, and they will be safe. Before 1-2 hours before the attack, they've already decided them, the security people they already informed, they approach them and then apprehend them. That's one. Secondly, the issue of e-extension are also put on board. I'm a planner by profession, also an agrometeorologist. So what we need to do there, because in agricultural ecosystem, spending millions of money is not yielding results, because the extension farmers need to go and enforce some of this thing. They are not giving priority. Hardly you go to some states, extension farmers, they don't have a machine, they don't have a car, but this is not there for them to move around, to checkmate. If you are giving loans to farmers, you need to ensure they use the money just for what to use. So in that one, that we form what we call e-extension, and by doing that, it will also will be possible for them to have mobility. That with the use of drone and other gadgets, we have mobility within maybe in the 5-6 kilometers in the area. They have station mobility, so they want to move. Once there's an information, they want to move and send information. That is also one. And some aspects that we are looking in the information dissemination. When we came on board, we have a TV station within the council. We have a radio station within the council. But when I came on board, the TV station was not live. It was licensed, but it's not operational. And in the TV that was there, the reach was not wide enough. So we are trying to upgrade, looking for the funds, which is ongoing through our interventions and other means. We have approached many organizations who can get this fund, upgrade our media environment, maybe upgrade from what we are using now to either DSTV or StarTimes, where most of our airlines do watch. As I'm talking to you, we have 17 federal colleges of agriculture under my purview. We have 17 institutes under my purview. And the Professor State Kabay is under my watch. And all what he's saying, I'm happy. It's read me very well. If you want to say something otherwise, I will say it's not going very well. The next thing I'll take him out from the state. But he has been doing well, and I have to appreciate him for what he has been doing. But most especially is information dissemination that is the key. And that is why now we have designed a platform now, where recently we will come up with some of these consultancy that will design a program in radio in different languages across the country. Not only English or all the languages. We have a software now that can speak any languages. Now, farmers, they are due to their radios more than TV. So we want to make it a radio to be something that broadcast all over the country. When you're in a farm with a radio, information can be passed to you in the languages. And that just will check security problem we're having in the country, and the farmers will be free. And by making sufficient food available in the store, before the government should come, the people don't have any reason to say there's no food in the system. So now we have flagged up with the federal government for the Wari. The next phase now, we are waiting for the government to release. We will now go to Niger State, this is my state, and the other states will also be captured in the process. So by doing this, the young, young that we want to do about the farmer, that will be a piece of place, because It will be done with their presence. We'll have the offices there where we have the farm manager. The children will be given their roles to do. Watering every morning. All those things will be available. We're using sprinkle. We're going to dig a bore. Line the pipes. You only go there maybe in the morning, you go and open the pipe, you have a period, everybody has a child. If you are in the garden of spinach or where you are planting potato, anything. So you go there in the morning, open the water to they will give you the hours or minutes you want to off the water for the water, then they will go. And even the women, because the women are always at home. And in our houses where we have big, we should not go like that. We can plant spinach, okra, within the backyard, and now farmer has gone technology.
Yes.
Using sacks, we can grow yam, we can grow potato, even all the dressings. So farming is not all over the season.
Yes.
If at our home, we can do our dressing farming.
The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Abdullah, and other stakeholders admonish students to tap into the potential benefits of agriculture.
Yes, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has made it clear that is going to bring prosperity out of agriculture, not only engendering food security but food sovereignty, so that Nigerians will begin to produce what they eat and eat what they produce. So in that process, he has brought the livestock sector to the front burner in Nigerian agricultural system. And because of the opportunities he has seen in Brazil, how Brazil has turned its fortunes from agriculture is legendary in terms of meat export to the rest of the world. JBS in Brazil is responsible for about 79 billion turnover in 2024, and they are going to do more. So Niger State is leveraging on that opportunity created by Mr. President to transform the livestock sector. And Mr. President, I think, is no doubt appreciative of what the governor of Niger State is doing, the former governor, in terms of revolutionizing agriculture and bringing mechanization into agriculture, which is going to be the game changer in terms of attraction of young people into the agricultural space. Because as Mr. President said, while he was launching the 10,000 tractors in Sheda village, he said it. He wants to make agriculture sexy. Sexy in the sense that it will be attractive for young people so that they will begin to engage in it the way they are doing with digital life in terms of their assets, in terms of their utilization of the livestock sector. I think agriculture is going to be the game changer in the next years to come. And that I believe the ARCN, with the new leadership, is going to turn around the fortunes of the livestock sector by engendering peace, prosperity, and research, heavy investment in research that will be the turning point of the Nigerian agricultural system.
I'm very happy, very appreciative of the turnout, and I recognize the effort of the students in keeping the flag is to hasten slowly. They have a lot to do, but they must prioritize what they have to do, whether it's in their studies or in their programs. They have to be selective and prioritize. That's what I mean, they must hasten slowly.
Today's event definitely is one of the most significant events of the National Association of Niger State Students in this great university. Their symposium has chosen a topic that is not only topical and timely, but also speaks to the policy trust and development programs of Niger State that is under the leadership of the former governor, Muhammad Umar Bago. Well, the advice is that the governor is creating the enabling environment to make agriculture highly interesting and exciting, and also very productive and also very profitable for our young ones. So I urge them, to hearken all to this opportunity that has been so provided, and make sure that they leverage on it, and then become fully part of it, and then become successful in the agricultural business sector.
As you are rightly aware, the theme of the conference here today has to do with agriculture, and as you are aware, our amiable state governor in person of Farmer Umar Bago, is seriously doing his best in the area of agriculture, trying to see that yes, the food basket of Niger State is known for, is regained. You hear them a while ago saying a slogan that when you build the youth, you build a nation, and when you destroy the youth, you destroy the nation. And like one of the participants has rightly said, everybody cannot be a doctor, whatever. Some of us have to go back to farming. And thank God, the way farming is now, it's mechanized. It's not like the usual one we used to know. So I want to advise the youth that even if it's in our backyard, like a presenter said, we should start the habit of going into agriculture.
I am calling on the youth to embrace agriculture. There is money in agriculture and there is future in agriculture, most especially organic agriculture. When you go into organic agriculture using organic fertilizers, it gives you good results, and the world is shying away from the use of chemical fertilizers. I encourage the youth to propagate the use of the little space they have to produce something that would bring money to their pockets, like the sense that even in their backyard they can have a little garden where they can cultivate or plant ginger and vegetables using organic farming system. That is my encouragement to the youth. They should not wait for white collar jobs.
High point of the event was the award presentation to Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Dr. Adamu Daban, and other dignitaries.
Today is 2025.
To the end of today's program on AGRIC today, and I'm going to be leaving you with the cultural and musical display by the students. From here in Zaria, I am Khadija Oluwatoyi Amintin. Bye for now.
Sabon tsari, gwamna ne na manoma, Umar Bago ayyukan ka ya zagaye. Kaga gwamna mai sabon tsari, gwamna ne na manoma, Umar Bago ayyukan ka ya zagaye. Gwamna mai sabon tsari, Umar Bago ayyukan ka ya zagaye. Kaga gwamna mai sabon tsari, gwamna ne na manoma, Umar Bago ayyukan ka ya zagaye duniya. Ba a je ba, yanzu wanka ne damuna ganin daidai, in ka shuka sai girma. Sai ka gani irinsa ayyukan da ya ɗauko. Balaraban gwamna ne, yana da mutane, shi fa mai kishi. Ayyuka shi ya sa gaba idan kun gane. Babu mai talakawa in ne jamun godewa. Ilimi fa burin shi matasa sai yi karatu. COE nan ma ya mai da ita university, ya mai da shiroro makarantar likitoci ne. Gwamna Bago ya ce in ni ta mu yo noma. sannata ku zo mu je sannata mu gaida shi sannata jarumin sannata a san mutum a san cinikinsa sai tirimanci shi kafanta sai dai kusa sai tirimanci a dan bauchi fa ya iya masa sai tirimanci yau muna ta murna shekara ɗaya kai kan mulki ayyuka masha Allah sama giwa bukan daji yau kai ka zama gamji yawa mun san sai jeji zakara sai keji injin sai barji zombi hamdulillah yau masha Allah daga mago za ka yi gwamnan Naija babu tantama haba tutar tsakar ruwa kai ni waga da shan Allah mai hakuri da dattaku mai nasara wuce sanata kai ne ga kaɗan ƙarya suke su ja da sanatan mu na zombi sun musa musa sanatan mu sanitiri wanti da dodon mahasada sama ga saƙon kumburin Jamilu mai matasa na zombi gaishe ka jarumi kwamarar Jamilu ya ce ƙarya suke ba za su zamto irin ka ba ƙarya suke ba za su kai martabar ka ba ƙarya suke ba za su kamo kafar ka ba ƙarya suke ba za su kamo tsayin ka ba ƙarya suke ba za su iya gwagwarmayar ba ba sau ɗan dai igiyar zato ko masu farmato sai sun rikirkito in sun fito ba za su iya ba ba su shirya faɗan ba